Hey, this is Adam Post, creator of College of the Dead, the ongoing zombie apocalypse series, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books. And now, what are we talking about? Well, Disney bought Marvel for boys, toys, movies, comic books, and properties, not for diversity. What am I talking about? I'll tell you. August 31st, almost 10 years ago to the day, uh, CNN, Disney to buy Marvel for $4 billion. This was their announcement that Disney would buy Marvel Comics for $4 billion. It was its own public company at the time. And why did they buy Marvel Comics? What was it all about? Well, it says, and I knew all this, but maybe you didn't. This is 10 years ago. Walt Disney Company announced that it has agreed to purchase comic book action hero company Marvel Entertainment for about $4 billion. I think it was about 4.1. The deal pairs a comic book publisher that recently began to produce its own movies way back when, and it just kind of started its first independent production on its own that it financed on its own as its own film company. Marvel was Iron Man. And the deal pairs the comic book publisher with one of the largest international media companies in the world. Imagine that. Disney all the way back then, before Lucasfilm, before Marvel. So Bob Iger, who was the CEO, said, "This is perfect from a strategic perspective. This treasure trove of over 5,000 characters offers Disney the ability to do what we do best." And on a conference call with investors, Iger said the deal will allow Disney to sell Marvel's vast array of characters and properties across different media platforms and in many more markets. Disney always had great distribution. They did a great job of getting any of their properties distributed in the widest of places. And they get more licensing money. They got more licensing money for toys and merchandise and anything else that they got licenses for based on their properties than really anyone else. They had an incredible licensing operation. Now it's even, of course, more vast 10 years later. Iger explained that, for example, Pixar, Disney's animation unit, was excited about the opportunities that a Marvel acquisition could yield. Spider-Man will appear in a Bug's Life sequel. No, that didn't happen. But this is the main thing here. The deal would give Disney some content that appeals more to boys, a market it has been looking to develop, Iger said. Disney XD, a television station, okay, and video game unit already had a deal with Marvel to use some of the comic book properties in its content. So Disney was really known for kids properties, even when it acquired Pixar. It still was Toy Story, and these were really youth-oriented properties and also Disney princess properties. But they really didn't have any cool boys properties. And Marvel was really, really great complementary acquisition for them because aside from the fact that the brands were so well known and Disney could distribute them better as entertainment projects, but also for licensing, they were boy properties, which was great because boys was a big popular segment. There's a lot of toys that are sold for boys, and Disney really didn't have anything for that. Oh, Ike Perlmutter, what did you do to us? Disney is the perfect home for Marvel's fantastic library of characters, given its proven ability to expand content creation and licensing businesses. That is true. This is an unparalleled opportunity, Ike said, for Marvel to build upon its vibrant brand and character properties by accessing Disney's tremendous global organization and infrastructure around the world. Yes, it could have been great. Disney CFO Tom Staggs noted that Marvel owns the rights to many action hero characters that are not widely known, which Disney anticipates bringing to the forefront in the future movies or TV shows should the deal go through. Well, obviously the deal did go through. At the time, so Marvel shareholders got some kind of a premium. It was 29% of a premium. That means it's 29% more than what the stock was selling for in the stock market. When a company wants to buy another company, they usually cannot buy the company for whatever the current stock price is. And the reason why is they need to buy all the shares or a very significant number of percentage of the shares available to be able to acquire the company, which means the share price has to be higher for someone to be willing to sell it immediately. Just because a stock is at a certain price doesn't mean everybody who owns the stock is willing to sell at that price. So Disney issued shares to cover it, the acquisition, and they bought it. They paid for it, and this was the old days. This was the old days. Paramount used to distribute Marvel's movies when Marvel financed and produced them by themselves. And then Disney kind of came in and took all that over. So it wasn't about diversity. It wasn't about, hey, let's make a female Wolverine. Now, so I see this female Wolverine. This goes back to 2015. And there's a female Wolverine, and this is an article in Vice. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I honestly don't have the patience for it. But what Marvel's push towards superhero diversity really means, well, I invented this. This is mine. This was supposed to be a joke. I published Wolverbroad in 1993. Okay, cover by Jim Balent, interiors by Dom Carolla, who went on to actually work for Disney, and as well as an origin story by Fred Hembeck, who's a classic spoof guy. And I published a number of other spoof titles: Super Babe, Dare Dame, X-Babes, X-Babes vs. Justice Broads, Fantastic Femmes. There was a lot of them. And Bat Babe, Spider Femme. This is supposed to be a joke. This is a parody. But now we're living, in parody land. And if you go, is this not odd? I mean, Jim Balent, pre-Catwoman, but hey, it's very strange. So, if you go and you Google search comic books for boys, comic books for girls, this is what you get. Try it. I'll put the link in the description. Okay? Try it. What you're going to find is there are plenty of comics for girls. Plenty of comics for girls. Control F, girls. Girls, 7 kick butt comics for 7-year-old girls. Comics for girls, guide to the best 20 comics for girls, 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 comics for girls. Comics for boys, comics for girls, comics for girls. Try to search comic books for boys. Try. Just even here, Control F. I did the search already, obviously. BOYS. Okay. The Boys. All right, that's a series by Garth Ennis. It's not comic books for boys. Not one. Wait. So Disney bought Marvel to access the boys market. And 10 years later, there isn't even a boys market? Now, I'm not saying it's Disney's doing. I'm just saying, what is this? This doesn't actually make any sense. This is like kind of ridiculous. I don't know what it is. I don't know who decided this between August 2009, when Disney was like, yeah, let's pay $4 billion to get boys properties because Marvel is boys properties. And now it's 10 years later, and there are no boys properties. There are no comic books for boys. There's none. What do they say instead? Comic books for kids. Comic books for kids. Comic books for novels. Kids fiction. Kids. Boys don't exist. There are girls and there are kids. What does this mean? I don't know. What does this mean? What's that? What is it? I don't know. I don't have an answer. If you know what it is, put it in the comment section below. Also, definitely like this video because it's extremely likable and it's good insight. Subscribe to this channel. Click the bell for notifications. And tell a friend about this channel. And I don't know if we're going to get to the bottom of this one. But in the meantime, check out my graphic novel, College of the Dead.
Hey, I'm Adam Post, creator of the College of the Dead graphic novel comic book series. Take a look at the printed prototype. This is what the book's going to look like. And we've got the 100-page Ashcan book of College of the Dead. This shows how we made the book. It's got all the script and layouts. It's really, really educational, and it's really great behind-the-scenes stuff. And we have the art book, which is an 8.5 by 8.5 Black and white book. It's all the art without any lettering. A really terrific book, too.
The way you can get College of the Dead is to go to collegeofthedead.com. It'll bring you right to the Indiegogo page where you can buy the book. You can check it out. You can see the first 12 pages, sequential art. I think you're going to love the story. I know you're going to like the comic. You will love it.
collegeofthedead.com.